pick the one thing the one thought the one story and throw it into the void. The one prayer the one intention no logic, no data, feeling, the one feeling into the void. No logic, no data, no problem solving. The one thing, feeling, story. Throw it in the void. Turn the wheel. Sing your hymn. Live your prayer. I will put up a phone number on the screen. I will take a 1-minute call. I will not say anything. I will not reply. Just speak your petition and throw it into the void. No logic, no data, no problem solving. Just disintegration. Nothing. Disintegration. Separation into millions and millions of little bitty parts. and throw it into the void. Surrender. Write it on a piece of paper. Whisper it out loud if you need to. Just throw it in the void. I'll put a number up on the screen. If you call, I will not reply, I'll just listen. Speak your petition. Throw it into the void. And hang up. Throw it into the void. The void. Hearken, dark-named Poseidon, holder of the earth, horse god you hold, the bronze trident in your hand. You dwell in the foundations of the full-bosomed sea. Shaker of the earth, deep roaring ruler of the waters, the waves are your blossoms, O gracious one. As you urge horses and chariots on, rushing on the sea, splashing through the rippling brine. The unfathomable sea fell to your lot, the third portion. Waves and their wild dwellers please you. O Spirit of the deep, may you save the foundations of the earth and ships moving at full tilt, bringing peace, health, and blameless prosperity. The void. I call upon you, blessed, long-winged, baneful dream, messenger of things to come, greatest prophet to mortals. In the quiet of sweet sleep, you come silent. You speak to the soul. You rouse men's minds. In their sleep, you whisper the will of the gods. Silent, you come to show the future to silent souls that walk the noble path of devotion to the gods. Good always wins the race in people's minds. Good leads their lives to pleasures anticipated, to a respite from suffering, that God himself may reveal the firmament of the divine lords through vows and sacrifices. The end to which the pious come is always so sweeter, but to the impious never does a dreamy phantom, a prophet of evil deeds, reveal future need, so that they may find the cure from pain to come. But, O blessed one, I beg you, show me the behests of the gods in all things. Bring me close to the path that is straight. Do not throw weird apparitions. Show me evil signs. To death. Hear me, you who steer the path of all mortals, and give sacred time to all for whom you are distant. Your sleep tears the soul free from the body's hold. Whenever you undo nature's powerful bonds, bringing the long slumber, the endless one, to the living. Common to all, you are unjust to some, when you bring swift end to youthful life at its peak. In you alone is executed the verdict common to all. For all entreaties and to prayers you alone are deaf. O blessed one, with pious vows, with sacrifices, I beg you, I pray to you, grant me long life, that old age might be a noble prize among men. The void. The void. Call me. Speak the one thing you want to let go of, and I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to have a conversation with you. I'm not going to do any of that. This is just your chance to say it. You say it out loud. Don't ask me about my chart. Don't ask about your chart. Nothing like that. Just say the one sentence, the one thing you want to throw out into the void and let go here at 29 Neptune. Okay? I'll look at my phone. Hopefully this works. The technology works. We're in the middle of a Mercury retrograde. I don't know what the hell's going on. I really don't know anything right now except this feeling, except this void. Don't be the same person who always calls me and want to talk. One sentence, one thing you want to let go. Maybe no one calls. I don't care. I got plenty to let go on this stream. I see the thing there where people talk called chat. I see it. Not necessarily interacting the way I usually do, but I see it. Hello? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
This is Sparkles.
I'm not echoing?
Not that I know of.
Okay, one thing to let go of. Fear. Fear that I won't be okay. Fear of disintegrating and becoming someone I'm not. And trust, well, holding on to trust that it's going to be okay. That's it.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Thanks to the caller there who jumped in the ritual, went for it. My intention and prayers with you, caller. I'll wait for another call. I don't expect a lot of people to watch this live. I see the amount of people here, which I'm grateful for always. But you don't have to say your name. You don't have nothing. You had an example there with the last caller who just spoke their truth into the void. And while I wait for a call, I have a list of things to throw into the void. Hello, this is Sparkles of Gold.
Hi.
Hello.
I have a list of things to throw into the void.
Hello.
Yes, can you turn down the wherever you're watching this so it doesn't echo?
Yeah, sorry.
It's okay.
I want to let go of self-doubt.
Thanks for calling.
Thank you.
I understand that one of self-doubt also. I also like to come to places of allowing self-doubt to happen and then knowing that space, familiarity with it, and then know the edge of it. Because that could seem endless. But for this stream, and for the last caller, I'm with you. But throwing self-doubt into the void. For those just joining, you can call on this 29-degree Neptune place before we do the equinox here in several hours. This liminal place in the astrology world. This place, in a sense, where with the conjunction with the 29-degree Pisces sun will not happen again in our lifetimes. Let's just be real about that. We will not have a Neptune-Sun conjunction in Pisces like this. So, besides it being several hours from the equinox, I today felt that I should go live and do things differently. And I'm doing this for myself also. I have 29-degree placements in my chart in earth and water. So Neptune is definitely affecting an anchor part of my world. I also am a practicing astrologer. I have helped people or stood with them at this place. And it felt very strong for me to go live all of a sudden. It's interesting. This YouTube life that I have and the technology behind it, what I do, that most of you cannot see. It's all this logical stuff. The stuff of the wires and the connections and bit rates and microphone levels and synthesizers. But it's all to get to places like this, which have nothing to do with logic, and it has to do with creating space, creating containers. And those spaces and containers, if you watch my channel, you've seen the different kinds. It's been a while since I've been in this type of container or wanting to be here, because it's actually vulnerable. And there isn't any other trickery and charts and anything else to occupy one's mind. Is what it is. It's the prayer wheel stream. And it's the void. And I'm surrendering. And even if you're not watching this live, you're watching it later. You surrender then. But y'all know me. I'm a ritualistic kind of dude. And it just felt strong to be live. And to be in a mode of prayer. And to facilitate, maybe, for whoever calls or whoever's watching, the voidless place. Where everything turns into nothing. It's faith in nothing. At these types of places, I bow down to the universe. Hello, this is Sparkles of Gold.
Hi, this is Dale Dobson.
Hi.
Oh.
Hi, can you hear me?
These types of places.
You got to turn me down in the back.
Okay.
Thanks.
Is that better?
Hello, this is Sparkles of Gold.
I could still hear myself
Hi, this is Dale Dobson.
and hear you delayed.
Hi, can you hear me?
These types of places.
You have to
Turn me
mute
down.
whatever you're watching this stream on.
Oh, hold on. Let me. Oh
Is
God.
that better? This is Sparkles of Gold. I can still hear myself.
See how we're in the
Oh,
liminal
God.
place where time
This
is
is
bending?
terrible.
You see where time is bending here?
Yeah.
Mute whatever you're watching this stream
Mute
on.
mute you.
Mute the video, yes.
Okay, sorry.
Is that better? See how we're in the liminal place where time is bending?
Unless you're pulling my leg here.
Hello?
Yes?
Is that better?
Perfect.
Okay. So, I'm having this really challenging, what I'm going to say maybe is like my Virgo 8th house, with the eclipse situation. I mean, this is the way I'm ascribing it. And it's a situation of a partnership, a business partnership falling apart, where I just feel so betrayed. And this is something that's happened, many times. And so if the exercise is to throw something into the void. I'm not even sure what am I throwing away? Is it the feeling of betrayal? I'm really trying to wrap my head around that. Do you have any thoughts on that?
No thoughts. I'm just listening.
Yeah. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to throw away the pain of the betrayal.
Thanks for calling.
Okay. Thank you.
Another reason to do a stream like this, it might end in 10 minutes, 20 minutes, I don't know. But another reason is everyone's different with places like this. I think sometimes we all of a sudden find ourselves in front of the void, the ocean void, and we don't even know how we got there, right? Others intentionally walk the path. They consciously go there. It's another way. I think one sometimes feels like they kind of meander through and find themselves, and then you're crossing worlds. And the world we are mostly in and come from, our mind is involved. But when we get into a different space, sometimes we have to talk through it to ourselves. It's like a journaling in real time in front of the void. And there's no rules, I think, into like how things are eventually expressed, or where one comes to a defining thing they throw into the void, right? So it works in different ways for different people. The thread is you're sitting in the void and you're going to throw something in the void. And so everybody does it differently, and they get there and try to wrap themselves around it. What is it? And then they find themselves saying it, and then it's like, oh, there it is. And it's, I think in my mind, it's not just my mind, but like in my everything, my space, my body, that if I'm going to do a stream and create a space, that space lends itself to the different ways someone gets to that space, or how they're there. They're throwing it. They're throwing at something, though, and they find themselves there, and they do it. So for anybody joining, this is my prayer wheel live stream. It's total Neptunian void stuff. Pick one thing you want to throw into the void. Do it with yourself. Say it in the chat if you want. You don't have to say it to anybody. But if you wanted to, you can call the number on the screen. I'm not going to reply much. I'm not going to talk. I'll just listen. You could say that sentence or two of what it is. Just chuck it in the ocean. A scary ocean sometimes that it is. It's a Neptunian thing. I think it's the one planet in modern astrology that I'm always trying to explain it and understand it. Especially this year, all the astrologers are going to go for it, which is great. At the same time, y'all come out of me, still don't know. You still don't know. And that's part of the game, I think. So, I'll be watching my phone. In the meantime, if anybody wants to call, you call. I'm 30 minutes into a stream. I don't know. I'm not going to go super long tonight. But I love places like this. And I think this place, this 29-degree Piscean place, this Neptune place, very important this year. There's a bunch of other planets that are going to touch this place. They already have in the last month, and they will again here. Mercury's going to do it. Venus is going to do it several times. They're both going to do it. Neptune and Saturn are going to do it multiple times this year. Might as well get used to throwing things into the void. I see chat. I'm looking at chat. Hi. In the meantime, I'll keep it up on screen. Maybe I'll get another caller. Hello, this is Sparkles of Gold.
Hello, Sparkles.
Mm-hmm.
I want to let go of my fear of telling the story. I want to let go of being mute. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. You know how there's the expression of walking through fire? I think it's a different deal than something what we're doing tonight. So it takes a different kind of courage, like our last caller, to do something like this. This is Sparkles of Gold.
Thank you. I've got some things to throw away.
Mm-hmm.
I throw away fear, betrayal, misplaced anger, scapegoating, manipulation. I throw away being manipulated to engage with people and entities that exploit mine and all of our emotions. And I throw away the chaos that has been put on us. Thank you for this.
Yes. Connection. The other thing is like there are those who've called tonight, whether they know it or not, they're representing, like they're representing other people, you know, we can't call. We're going to watch it later. Who might have some of the same things to throw into the void. You ever been in like circles where they're like, it gets quiet and there's a bunch of people there, and then sometimes like you step to the center, or like it happens in different type of rituals. Not everybody does it, and that's cool, you know. But it's funny, like sometimes how spirit plays through people, because someone's playing through for themselves. But a lot of times we are carrying stories with each other, and that person or people that step forward, they're also stepping forward for others, for them, whether they know it or not. This is called To the Sea. It's an Orphic hymn number 22. I call upon gray-eyed Tez, bride of Okinos, dark veiled queen whose waves dance as they are blown onto the land by the sweet breezes. You break your tall waves upon the rocky beaches. You are calmed by races that are gentle and smooth. You delight in ships. Your waters feed wild beasts. Mother of Cyprus, mother of dark clouds, mother of every spring round which nymphs swarm, hear me, O Holy One, please help. Send a fair tail wind to ships, O Blessed One. That's an Orphic hymn to the sea. I see people in chat. What's up? I have about 15 minutes in me. Just jumping in. I'm taking phone calls. I'm not going to reply or say anything. If there's something you want to say, a sentence or two, like some of our previous callers, that you'd like to throw into the void, to surrender into the void, your petition, your prayer, your proclamation, go ahead and give me a shout. I'm not doing charts. I'm not going to really say anything except be here in the space. Hello, this is Sparkles of Gold.
Hey there. I'd like to release my need for perfection and instead embrace myself as I am and know that that is enough. So, thank you so much.
Yes. Yes. You know, sometimes when I'm in the place when you're alone and feel like no one knows a story or where I am, what I'm feeling, or no one can ever understand, you see it and hear it in different stories and myths and cultures, you know, where one cries out or they're on their knees and find themselves in a place where they have no choice. It seems they just find themselves in a place of guide me, place, calling out to, help me. Different way of surrendering, different way, you know. And here, it's interesting in those places because what we're asking for, and there's so many different ways people do this and have, and they find themselves there. And or when you see that, and when you do encounter somebody who has the look in their eye, they're in that place, and they're looking at you. And you know what it is, like you see it in their eyes. It's sort of like if someone were walking through an area for a long time where they were by themselves, and maybe they come to a place where it sort of feels like an oasis, even doesn't feel that way, but there's something there where it's like crossing over and releasing. I could think of plenty of times I've been in that place. Shit, I was in that place not too long, a couple of weeks ago. I was in some situation. It was more, I was, not for me per se, but it was for someone else. And it was that look in their eye. There was nothing else but that. There isn't a list of tasks. There isn't figuring out of something or time stops or something. And then it's like, there's a look. It's just like full genuflection, surrendering. It looks like desperation at times, but it isn't. It's something else. It like turns from desperation into being wide open and accepting whatever will be, whatever comes in the petitioning and in the action. Or it's a trippy place to be. That's that's scary shit sometimes. Other times it can feel so empowering when you get to a place because there is some sort of release that happens. The burden, I don't know if it's taken away or not, but it seems like within the mind and the body at moments like that where there's that part of oneself that it's almost like if I was to come out of the womb, we all came out of the womb and we were shot out of the womb, or however we came out of the womb. You're completely there, present, fully forced like into the world, and then, but you're pure open survival, like pure raw life. Hello, this is Sparkles of Gold.
Hi.
Hello.
I know someone who is uncomfortable recognizing their light. Even though their fire burns so bright and warm and gives life to so many people. And I would like to throw away into the void whatever the thing is that keeps them from seeing themselves for who they are and what they are.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good old ginger. Ginger tea. I got about 12 minutes left here in me. Good. By the way, it's good. Those who called, yes. Good. Those hanging tonight, watching, those listening. I'm listening. We're listening. Here's what I want to throw into the void. This is a biggie because it's more than me. It's for the world. So why not petition something for the world and that I'm feeling. The conflict, the tribalism, it all comes from pain, and it all comes from voids. It all comes from something that is missing. Or it could feel like a leech on somebody, an entity, a storyline that one carries, that they've been carrying and past people and lineages have carried. That's like the story, like a walking zombie, like a soul-sucking story. It's a void. It's a different kind of that creates fear and falls into hate, nastiness. I want to throw that void that's in people's hearts, living that way and pursuing and altering life that way, and it affects other people. That thing, I want to throw it into the void. And I just did. I'll take one more call. The number's up on the screen on the top right-hand corner. If you're on your phone, remember you're on the phone on YouTube. Sometimes you can zoom in using your fingers. You can do that magic thing where you can zoom in on life. You zoom in on the subject. You zoom in on the phone number. I'm not going to say anything if you call. You pick the one thing, whatever thing you want to throw in the void and petition your prayer, throw it in the void here. It's all there. I'll take one more call if it comes. I got 6 minutes left in me. I don't know if I'm keeping track of time from the last time I said 12 minutes. Doesn't matter. Time's all lost. Time is, I want it to be lost. I don't want to know time right now. I don't care. Like after this, I'm going to go to a place. I'm going to drink my tea. Do I watch an episode of Severance? That's a trippy show. Maybe not. But I do know as I ease into sleep tonight, as I ease into it, I'm going to light my candle. I'm going to do my thing. And I'm going to like drift off into the void. I'm moving the number up on the screen. See it? I don't know if I'm going to leave the live stream up. Who knows? Hello, this is Sparkles of Gold.
Hello.
Hello.
I'd like to throw into the void the past, everything that's happened over the last 6 months. That's all I got.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I saw another call trying to come through. Try right now. I try again. There's a New York number. There's a little bit of delay on this, so you'll hear what I said and it'll hit you here in about so many seconds. Time. This is Sparkles of Gold.
Hello. Hello. I would like to throw into the void. I've been an advocate for children lately, and I just want to speak on the vulnerable that cannot speak. And I would like to throw in the void that to take all the pain away from the children that are hurting and to let that pain go and to let them know that we are here and we hear your voice and you're not alone. Thank you.
There's little children out there, like our last caller. It's intentional. And that makes me think about how we're all children too, you know, and there's parts of us that way. I don't know. Just you know, I take risks when I do stuff like this. But you know, I can't help it. I can't help but follow it. The intuitive hits. Gotta do a stream. You can go way back. I think a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, when I was on stream, I did this confessional stream, the Scorpio confessional stream or something. People were calling and confessing, and I was wearing a leather jacket, and there was red lights on me, and I was all like, I've done stuff like that before. This is not the first time, but never like this. Never with this particular transit or whatever. The one thing I could say here, listening to those who call in, and then there's the other listening that I'm catching. The one thing I could say is in each and every one of your voices, there was a presence of compassion, not aggression. All with some sort of underlying thread and intention of just not just letting go, but it's like different voices or different forms and different ways of expressing like inherent universal love or something. I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but that's the thread, right? So I appreciate all of you going for it. And I appreciate anybody who jumped on the stream here live and anybody and you out there watching or in the chat or wherever's. I know you you gotta hear stuff through in the void. Or you might hear the next couple hours. For some here, it's late night in the West Coast. East Coast is late. Might be some people getting up in Europe. Might be somebody where it's the afternoon. Somewhere on the other side of the world. It doesn't matter regardless. The void's the void. And it is what it is. So my heart and my everything was in this stream. And for all of you who are standing on the edge and having the courage to do it, right? And feeling alone, but know that you're not alone, right? You're not alone. That's the thing we got to remember, I think, with Neptunian transits different transits where one can find themselves lost or they feel alone. Let's say it's a Saturn and Pisces person. They got Saturn in their world right now. They got Neptune and Saturn in their world. It's a thing this year. You can find yourself disconnected, it seems. So if, it's one of these things where can I use YouTube? And can I do whatever for at least a certain amount of time? Have the vibes where you're not alone. Keep your company a little bit. And it's not just me. It's in the chat and the callers, for those hanging out, being the best voyeurs in the background. Appreciate everybody coming in on the stream. I also know that I'm not going to roll alone when I do a stream like this. So I got the people who come up on my channel all the time. They're down. They're down. You let a trickster into your life. You know that? People you're going to subscribe to this channel. You did 2 years ago, you did yesterday. Some are going to be like, not going to subscribe. Doesn't matter. You're here. You let a trickster into your world. Did you call me? Did you say my name 3 times? That's how it rolls with me. So, I appreciate you walking a little bit in the fog with me tonight on this one. That takes some trust, That's it brings certain types of intimacy and vulnerability, and that's what trust is. You got to build it. And do I get a little tangential? Do I get a little wacky on this channel? Do I do my tangents? You know me by now if you've been watching that I'm always going to pull something out of the hat on you. But there's a purpose with me. It ain't just for whatevers. And sometimes I hope it does come by like it's, what is it? I want it to be that way. And there's times where I'm in the moment like this, I don't even know. But I do know that something comes through, will come out. I conjured out of me, I don't know. Then I know. And the same goes with you. But you only know, like in my case, I'm going to whip up this graphic. I'm going to put Neptune on there. I got these waves crashing. That's how I feel inside this world. I actually want to lose myself. I want to fall into the nothingness, to the void. Not do I just want to petition. I just want to throw myself into it. I need to throw myself into it. How am I going to do this? How am I going to create this? I did something else. I won't say ritualized before I started this. There was a certain type of intention. I know the power that I have. I know what can happen. At the same time, I have no control over it. I have nothing. I have this whole thing, and I just I let myself go into it. And you're all doing it with me. And that takes trust. But I'm not the only one who could do stuff like this. You can do it too. In your own way, your own flavor, whenever you want. I'll see you down the road. I'll see you down by the river. I'll see you at the waterfall. I'll see you around.